Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your daily tarot and astrology reading for Tuesday, August 20th of 2024. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful start to your week. I just got back from an awesome concert. Took my dad to go see Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's a fantastic concert. So, really fun. Had a great time. But we are here. Let's go ahead and hop into the transits for today and the cards so we can see how you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies and these very pivotal, intense times. Well, I have for you all the Magician in reverse. The Magician in reverse. I think this is a call to remember the proper way to manifest. So whenever I think of the Magician, I think about bringing all the four elements together, and that's how we manifest. But how do you manifest? Most people focus on the law of attraction. It's really the law of vibration that precedes the law of attraction. You vibrate, therefore you attract. So I feel like this is pretty much the dominant theme of the day, is remembering the law of vibration, and that you are what you attract. So you gotta look at the vibe. What is the vibe? What is the vibration? Where are you right now? I think we can have those beautiful things in our life. We can manifest them, especially with the moon here in Pisces too. It's definitely going to make things a lot more interesting. Whenever the moon goes into Pisces, the veil is definitely a lot thinner. And of course, coming off of this full moon in Aquarius, we will see, of course, the moon conjunct Saturn by the end of the day. Now, I had that followed by the Seven of Wands in reverse. So I think we have to let our guard down here. I think we have to kind of let down even these preconceived notions of how we think something's supposed to go. Whether it's, our job, maybe a relationship, or a project. We have to let our guard down a little bit. The Seven of Wands is saying that you don't have to defend a position. Maybe you don't have a position to defend, and there's no need for you to put the stress or energy into defending yourself and defending who you are. This is about simply being who you are. No need to defend who you are. Simply be who you are. We are still the sun in Leo, right? So this is about shining bright and just being yourself unapologetically. And that's really what this comes down to. So there's no need to defend yourself. There's no need to debate with others. There's no need to try and substantiate your position. Your position is your position. And that's all that really matters here, right? Astrologically, of course, for the day. Like I said, we're going to see, it's really just going to be this moon that's going to be here in Pisces today. And we will see it eventually come to that conjunction with Saturn, but that's going to be towards the tail end of the day, right? So, we'll see as the day progresses. We'll see, of course, this moon, and it's just going to get closer and closer to Saturn. Now, throughout the day, of course, we are going to see a couple other things. We have Venus coming off of the opposition to Saturn, right? Of course, it's going to also cross over Black Moon Lilith. They're going to cross places. So this would be an interesting moment actually here when they do cross places. We're probably going to, like I said, we're going to feel this probably like early afternoon going into the evening when they cross over each other here at 19 degrees. But they are square to Mars and Gemini here as well. So this is, like I said, Venus is definitely looking to find that balance and harmony right now, but it's looking for it in Virgo, the place where it doesn't want to be. And that's like our day-to-day reality. And Black Moon Lilith is like trying to find some excitement here, and they are square to Mars and Gemini. This is why I've been saying too, especially when it comes to relationships with Black Moon Lilith involved with this square to Mars, even though it's not exact, but conjuncting Venus and square to Mars within a 1 degree orb, yeah. Definitely can make for some spicy conversations within our relationships, whether they are romantic, whether they are at work, with colleagues, whether they're just with friends or family. It could definitely bring up some interesting conversations, and maybe it might just want to be careful that you don't say anything that you don't actually mean, because you're not really going to be able to take it back here. I'm not going to really be able to take it back. There also could be some enticement energy with this Black Moon Lilith as well, especially if you're trying to break out of a perceived monotony in your life and you're feeling a little complacent. The square to Mars can be wanting to take some sort of action to kind of break yourself out of this mold. But you want to just be careful that you're not just wanting to change something just for the sake of changing it. There's gotta be some sort of purpose behind it, and that's really what it comes down to. Now, like I said, we will see this moon conjunct Saturn, and it is still going to be square to Jupiter pretty much all day. Saturn and Jupiter will pretty much be squared all day, and then the moon is going to come on top of Saturn and join up with the square to Jupiter. So that's going to be like the main aspect I say that we feel throughout the day. And we're going to be feeling it more from Saturn's perspective, right? Not Jupiter's perspective, but more from Saturn's perspective. So once again, this comes down to our spiritual integrity. This comes down to, you know, and what's interesting too about Saturn and Pisces is like this can actually show in life where we may need to loosen up a little bit too. It can show in life where, because Saturn is all about boundaries and rigidness and the rules, but in Pisces, this is a lot more flowing and stuff. So this is kind of when you see your boss kind of let their hair down. This is when you see your boss outside of the workplace and they kind of let loose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta, I guess, find that balance between letting loose, whatever like that, but still maintaining our integrity, if you will. So this could be a good moment for us to kind of let loose a little bit, kind of maybe take some of the pressure off ourselves, with this moon in square to this Jupiter. Because what the Jupiter could be saying here in Gemini is it could say that, there's so many opportunities that are around us that we may not even be aware of, but Jupiter is here to expose those and to expand those in our life. And it's about the small things with Gemini. It's about the local stuff. It's not about what's way out there and far away. It's about what's closer to home. So, try to, like I said, be easy on yourself today. Try not to keep up so many rigid walls. Like I said, there's no need for you to be trying to defend some sort of position here with the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is about kind of letting go, letting God, and just, appreciating the moment for what it is, right? Final card of the day. I do have the Chariot card in reverse. Yeah, so like I said, and it's interesting that this card comes up reverse because that could definitely speak to like trying to go out into the world and seeing things, whatever. But the Chariot card in reverse, to kind of wrap it up, it's this interesting energy where it's about, we do have to kind of like come back to basics, if you will. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Is that try not to complicate things too much, but kind of get back to basics is really going to help you the most. Because the Chariot talks about like leaving like the home and like going out into the world and like kind of making something of yourself and seeing the people. But when it's in reverse, it's like it's almost like you forgot about your training. You forgot about what you learned growing up. You forgot about the home. And we don't want to forget about those sort of things, right? So it's like, remember your training, remember how far you've come. I think ultimately that's what this is talking about today. It's like, just look back and think about how far you've come. Like, you made it to this moment, you're here. Yeah, maybe you're not exactly where you thought you was going to be at this point in your life. I don't think anybody is. I don't care who you are. I don't care how famous you are. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't think anybody alive right now is where they thought they would be. Right now, I don't think anyone is where they thought they would be like 4 years ago. Like 4 years ago, looking ahead into this time, I don't think anybody is where they thought they would be. So take solace in that, ultimately. Take solace in the fact that, you're not alone. Take solace in the fact that, you could loosen up a little bit and still maintain your spiritual integrity. You don't want to go too far, of course, right? But you can still maintain your spiritual integrity just by loosening up and taking some of that pressure off yourself. Because I think so many people put so much pressure on themselves to succeed in whatever areas it is. And that pressure is what actually is stifling their progress, if you will. Decide the outcome. It's an interesting card. It does come down to being decisive here and actually picking a direction. So maybe the whole thing here is, we have to kind of loosen up and stop trying to project into the future this perfect idea, this perfect way of how we think it's supposed to go. That probably has a lot to do with the moon and Saturn and square to this Jupiter. But also on the other side, you have Venus, which is in square to Mars. So it's like there's this projection kind of energy as far as like into the future, what we want, because Jupiter is about the visionary energy. But then you have Venus and Mars, is like, well, how am I going to change my day-to-day reality? What actions am I going to take? And then you got that interesting square. So there's this kind of squeeze right now between Pisces and Gemini, and then Virgo and Gemini. There's a bit of this squeeze that's happening right now. I think we have to be just decisive. Venus does rule Libra. That's about making decisions. So it's like we have to be decisive here, and I think it's like we're maybe waiting to make the perfect decision, but it's like, look, you're not going to have the perfect answer, right? You're not gonna have the perfect answer right now. I think it's about pick something, go with it, leverage it into your other ones, because I think we all have many different things that we think we can do or we want to do. Like I have a lot of different things that I want to do, but it's about I might not be able to do all of those things right now, but if I can pick one and hone in on it, I can leverage that thing into the other things that I want to do. So similar to you, pick that one thing, decide the outcome, leverage that into the next thing, and just enjoy the day, right? That is going to do it for your daily tarot and astrology reading for this Tuesday, August 20th. I trust that this message will assist you on your journey today. Y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.